Well, we're live, so let's just start the show.
And we're live on the morning show.
All right.
So, dude, these little kids, we go to football practice now a few times a week because Alexander's on the cheerleading squad.
Right.
So all the kids are all playing football.
Mm.
So the boys are like watching. They're like, oh, we're getting ready for next year. So we got less than 12 months before the boys start playing football.
Oh my God, that's so young.
There's supposed to be 4, but there'll only be 3 when we put them in.
Oh God.
That's but football's easy. Like, I'm going to skip the baseball. I'm going to wait till they get older for the baseball.
That's so young.
They're not doing anything. They're literally chasing each other, pulling flags.
Okay. I don't know. I never played organized football. So
it's like 4-year-old, 3 or 4 or 5-year-old football is like, it's like soccer with flags. And like, it's funny because like in the first game, like the kids are running, they start running with the ball and then the other team's chasing them. So you turn around and run the opposite direction. Like that guy Marshall from the Vikings. Remember back in the day?
Yeah, that was
picked up a fumble and ran the wrong way.
Anyway, all right, let's start the show.
He just died recently.
Are we on TV?
That's great.
We're not on basic cable. Thank God.
Okay, I'm going.
Let's
run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah.
Check it out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the morning show. Spencer, JC, Steve, Alfonso with you on this Wednesday morning. What do we got today? We got Kenny Glick. We got Mary Thwaites. We got Riley Rosebee on the show. We'll talk about Alibaba and China a little bit, I'm guessing, because they're doing well today. We have got a lot of other things happening. I know JC has high beta on his mind. We'll see. All-time highs. We like the all-time highs, right? How about this? Before I bring on the guys, quick programming announcement. Today on the channel, 2 p.m. Eastern time is going to be on Stock Market TV and on YouTube, but I will drop the link in chat. Nonetheless, Steve Strazza doing one of his patented special events. Talk about how he found this huge 12-bagger in Ethereum or ETHA, Ethereum ETF calls. You can't buy calls in straight crypto. Sadly, you have to do it in like an ETF of some kind. So he had a big winner. He's going to talk about that today, 2 o'clock, and how he found it, the process he did, and how you can do that too. So that's today, 2 o'clock, right here on the channel and on the site. Link in chat and in description. All right, let's go ahead and get the show on the road. Drop me a like, please, and thank you. Here we go.
All right. Let me just tell you something. I love the fact that where I live, I don't know how it is by you, Spencer. I think it's about the same. You got a shitty week in January, it's too cold. You got a shitty week in February, it's too cold. You got a shitty week in July, too hot. Shitty week in August, too hot. And the rest is pretty mild.
We've had a brutal summer, I feel like.
You think so?
In terms of humidity, it doesn't really get that humid here. And yet the summer, it's been 80-90% humidity, like seemingly every day. And it sucks.
I've been in I spent a lot of time this summer in the beach, and I've been spending a lot of time in the lake, and we're up in the Poconos. So, I mean, it's like the weather's different. It's more temperate, but I don't know. Is that really true? You think it's been a little bit hotter?
Yeah, it's been a terrible summer weather-wise for me. I don't know about Steve. Steve's in Florida, so he's used to this. But
let me tell you something. Steve and I had some debate yesterday. We've been debating back and forth. He's Mr. Solana. I am Mr. Ethereum.
I'm right. And I was right.
Like I hope you are right, because my point is, I wanted to be in Ethereum. I still do. Strazza wants to be in Solana. And my argument was, if Strazza's right, I'm probably going to make a lot of money on my Ethereum if Solana is outperforming. That's how I look at it, right? And so far, that's true.
And if Strazza's
So I'm
wrong,
rooting for you, Strazza.
it's a win-win for JC, really, is what it is.
In this, like, if I'm
Not
wrong,
really, because
I'm right.
if I'm right,
I'm right.
if I'm right and Ethereum's outperforming, I might not be making as much money actually. So
Okay.
it's more like I win more if Strazza's right, I think. Right?
Just stop, okay? If Solana starts to outperform here, you would prefer to own Solana, and it would be a mistake.
Maybe, but I'm still
to not
making a lot of
own
money, which is the
Solana.
point.
No, but you're changing. What are you doing here?
I'm
This is
saying
the
if
question.
you are right, and so far since our debate yesterday, you are right. So,
Yeah.
And I said at the end of the conversation, if Strazza's right and Solana's the outperformer, then me and Aaron Jackson are probably making a lot of money in our ETH.
You're both
That was
gonna
my
be
conclusion.
wrong. And I'll remind you in a couple months, we are giving, and Louis on board with me. What we're doing here is simply giving the benefit of the doubt to Solana based on the rotational tailwinds we've seen there in past cycles. Right, JC? We're literally assuming, we're anticipating that it stops falling on a relative basis.
Yep. And it
'Cause
did
it would be-
immediately after our conversation.
Because it would be unusual, frankly, for anything else to happen at this point.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about it afterwards. Like, let's say I am right and Ethereum continues to outperform. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm making a lot of money. Right?
Yes, that's right. They could both be going down.
They both be going down. But if Solana's outperforming, I'm definitely making a lot of money. So I've been thinking about it, Strazza. I've been thinking about it. So I'm rooting for you, buddy. I'm rooting for you.
So you hear this? If JC's wrong, he wins. If JC's right, he wins.
No, if I'm right, I don't necessarily win.
Yeah, fine. You win the bet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're right, I definitely win.
Okay, so listen. The chat is smarter than both of us, as usual. A number of the folks in here are saying, why not buy them both? I think you guys
I had them both. I had them both. And then when I bought the house last month.
I was thinking that this whole time.
Well, the point is, I had them both. And then when I bought the house last month, I had to sell something because I needed some cash, and I sold the Solana.
You're going to buy it back. You'll be back in before the cycle's over.
Listen, the way my portfolio looks, it's not like I'm not in, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. So the cryptos look pretty good here, guys. Big bang last night, a sea of green on my altcoin watch list. The smaller, the better. You know, really some risk on action, what you like to see here in cryptos. What I'm watching for, do we get some resolutions now and some big moves in some of these crypto and Bitcoin stocks?
Dude, Fartcoin is up 6% this morning.
Yeah, the memes are working. It's real. It's risk on action. It's good. It's bullish for sure. I want to see support or confirmation for what we're seeing in the crypto market in the stock market, though. These Bitcoin miners, some of them look terrible.
State of the markets?
Sure.
MicroStrategy doesn't look great. Coinbase doesn't look great. All right, let's see some of that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Dow futures up a 1/3% this morning. That is 160 points to the upside, 44,715. Still has yet to make a new all-time high this year. Hasn't made a new all-time high, the Dow, since December. We'll get to that in a minute. S&P 500 futures up 1/4%, 64.85. NASDAQ 100 up 1/3%, 24,000 for the NASDAQ. 30-year bond futures up today. That's a big one. Above 115, up about 0.5%. Crude oil flat at 63 and change. Copper flat at 4.5. Gold up a little bit, just above 3,400. Silver making moves up 1.7% this morning, 38.60, with the VIX down to 1440, the biggest collapse in the volatility index ever. Fun fact there for you. And over in funny money land, let's see, I got my meme coins up. We got Bitcoin this morning, 120,000 up 450 points, 120,560 for Bitcoin. this would be an all-time high close, and my calculations are correct. Bitcoin closes today here. That would be the highest close ever. So there's that. And then you got Ethereum, which already had its highest close ever. And Ethereum up another 2.8%. That's 47.20 for ETH, pushing 47.20. That's new all-time highs for the ETH. New all-time highs, not characteristic of a downtrend. Solana, shout out to Strazza, pounding the table. 202 for Solana this morning, up 5.3%. Rip it in JC's face. JC the hater. And the total crypto market cap, Mr. Spencer Israel, get this, 4.05 trillion, highest total crypto market cap ever.
You really, with the Solana, sometimes you get these throwbacks and they just end up being gifts from an entry standpoint. Solana blasted off, reclaimed its VWAPs back in July, tagged 200, and then immediately sold off from 200 right back to the breakout level. Like exactly where we wanted to be buying it, the level that we've been talking about all year. Throws right back, checks in 160, 165, bang, bounces right off of it. Now back above 200. So you had every chance to get in at a really, really nice level here in this trade at this point.
Let me ask you this. Can you throw up slide 2, please? Steve Strazza, at one point you called this an exotic index.
It's exotic. Yeah.
Exotic. And the NASDAQ composite, this goes back to the 1970s. Steve Strazza calling me out for showing exotic indexes.
Nobody looks at this. Nobody
looks at the NASDAQ composite. Nobody
even knows what it is. No, it's not a chart that people look at. Just you.
Right. Is it a chart that you think adds value to the conversation of identifying the direction of primary trends?
Yeah, I think it's lovely. I think it's a comprehensive index. Is this equal weighted though? This is cap weighted still. It's just relatively less cap weighted. Yeah. It's all right. Look,
do we live in a market cap weighted world or an equally weighted world?
It's a cap weighted world. It's true. How many stocks are in this? Couple thousand? 3,000?
A lot.
4,000?
There's a lot of shitty ones too.
Right. So it's broad. I like a good broad index.
Yeah, I don't know how broad it is.
It's still cap weighted.
New all-time highs.
Oval Bone looks at the NASDAQ composite. All right.
Shout out to the OVO.
Yep. Okay.
Shout out to the Oval Bone
out there.
How do you feel about this? Is this it's a clean chart. You got your base, you got your breakout, you got your retest, right? That consolidation took place at exactly the 161.8% extension of that entire base. You think that was just a coincidence there, Strazza?
I'll tell you how I feel about this. It's tough. Sean talks about tough trades. He was doing it just last week again. It's tough for me to buy things that look like this, and at least in the large cap weighted world, a lot of charts look like this. They're just stretched. JC was joking this morning. Is Palantir overbought enough? Yeah, way too overbought.
Because a week ago it wasn't overbought enough for you, so you didn't trust it. Do you trust it now?
That's right. I didn't trust it. It's a bull market. Look, you're just better off getting long in most environments, and God, is that just so true today.
Can we throw up? So people were telling me that this stock market is extended, and there's just so much winning going on, like just so much winning that the winning is unsustainable. All this.
There's
winning.
Another one nobody owns or talks about.
And so the world's most important stock market index, speaking of winning, has yet to make a new all-time high this year. This goes back to December. So check my math, but that's almost 9.5 months. That is 3 quarters, my friend, without the Dow Jones Industrial Average making a single new all-time high. And these people have the nerve, you people have the nerve to tell me that this market is extended.
So
I don't know.
I got to tell you, my
Is this
friend,
an exotic index as well there,
my,
Mr. Strazza?
my friend JC Parets, he does the most exotic technical analysis. He's looking at indexes you never heard of. Yeah, Dow Jones Industrials
Just
30
pulling these out of my ass.
basically
No one's ever heard of this one. It's only going back 140 years. Sorry, is that enough data for you?
30 basically extinct stocks,
Oh,
price
extinct
weighted.
stocks: Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia,
Pri-
Caterpillar. Oh
price
yeah,
weighted because
extinct. Visa, American Express.
price
So
weighted
extinct
because
these
somebody
stocks.
was
I can't even
bad at
believe it.
math. Yeah.
Home
All right.
Depot. Yeah, it doesn't matter, right?
Uh,
Walmart.
yeah, most large cap stocks are extended. That's just the truth of
How
the
come the
matter.
world's most important stock market in the world hasn't made a new all-time high since December if this market is so extended?
Here, I'm of the opinion that did we do the arc thing? Did we do the arc thing with the correction chart, Alfonso, the drawdown chart? I'm of the opinion that we're going to keep ramping and that we're not going to get some sort of prolonged corrective wave like really we've gotten several times already just this cycle.
Are
I
you
think we're going
counting
to
Elliott waves too? Speaking of exotic technical
no,
analysis.
stop. Listen, it's important. I think the corrections that we're going to see for the remainder of this cycle are going to be more like the corrections that we saw in 2020 and 2021. They're going to be brief, they're going to be high and tight, and trades are going to be hard to get into. So I think that's just where we're at right now. A lot of people are sitting around pointing out the fact that yes, we are extended. Yes, we are overbought, right? Now that doesn't mean we have to correct or that stocks have to go down or that August has to be a bad month, right? We could just be extended, stay extended, and get more extended. So if we have that arc chart, Alfonso does a great job at illustrating kind of this point. Just because something's extended from like a 200-day moving average, JC, doesn't mean that a big drawdown is coming. Sometimes they just never do.
Sometimes the mean catches up to the price versus price catching down
That's
to the
right.
mean.
Yeah. I mean, it never over the long run, but absolutely.
Billy Cunningham says TME is the best China stock he owns. Billy, that's because TME is the best China stock. It's
We gotta
not that
talk.
you own it, right? It's just the best China stock. Same with me. It's the best anything I own, for the record.
It's a great stock. It's been one of the top stock. Yeah, check this
Dude,
out.
you were pounding the table. Strazza, kudos to
2 years
Strazza,
ago.
pounding the table. It was the only one breaking
2
out
years ago.
before anything in China was breaking out. It was an early leader,
2 years
which is a
ago.
good lesson. Those
yeah.
early leaders tend to be, you know, the leaders in the upcycle. And TME is just a classic example of that. We've seen it before. We'll see it again. Nvidia was another great example. Nvidia broke out before any of the semis, broke out before any other stock, and then it was a huge leader in after 23, remember?
And for any like fundamental nerds, growth stock nerds, go look into TME.
Why do they have to be nerds?
Like if like a good
Like
growth
if you study
story,
fundamental analysis, that makes you a nerd.
if a double-digit CAGR really gets you going, go dive under the hood.
Double-digit CAGR. Sounds like something I'd order at a bar.
Go
Can
check out the book
I get
on
another
this
double-digit CAGR for me, please, on the rocks? Thank you so much.
I'll say it again. We had that gentleman on who runs the fund MUSQ. I'm a believer. I'm in. The economics of streaming businesses are just great. The way that these businesses scale, absolutely, just awesome. So TME, Spotify, everybody knows what Spotify's done in recent years. These stocks are red hot.
TME is the Spotify of China.
That's right.
Harminder says, Larry Thompson thinks measuring breadth with 30 Dow stocks is stupid. Well, Harminder, when I was Larry's age, I used to think it was stupid too.
Throw up my CSI index. So this is the local Chinese index. If you anchor VWAP from the prior cycle highs, JC, we are right there. I don't know if you were able to make it in Optima or not, Fonz. You could just use mine from trading. Look at this.
This is the S&P 500 of China.
Wow. Yeah. 300 stocks, cap weighted. The reversal has not even happened. The primary trend in China is still sideways. And you can see on this chart right here, when we ramp in a straight line higher, literally a vertical move last year, when we run right up to that VWAP, to that blue line, and then fail, we got all excited back then. We started writing about China, talking about a trend reversal. We had an initiation read 'em, a huge momentum thrust off the lows, right? Looked like the
You
bottom
can
was
see
in.
it there. That's that line that goes straight up there.
You could see the momentum thrust right on the price chart. So we got excited about China. Then what happened? 7-8 months went by, and they're wearing investors out. The setup has not changed. In fact, the rounding bottom pattern is even more powerful now, in my opinion, right? Just building up energy for the trend reversal that's coming. And you just have to be patient with it. This kind of a pattern, this is a primary trend reversal pattern. They could be slow and sloppy and have false starts like you're seeing here. So China just hasn't even got it done yet. So if you think you missed it, if you think you're too late, if you're looking at the headlines and hearing about the international stock market rally and, oh, I missed Europe, you didn't miss China. No one has missed China yet. This party hasn't even started.
Dude, China hasn't done anything for decades.
The upside potential here, the runway for several reasons, that's one of them, JC, is absolutely ridiculous. I think a risk reward opportunity like this, they don't come around every day. I think this is a special one.
I
Even
wanted to add one
Spencer
more thing to
is
the China
buying the
conversation.
Baba.
One of the things Dan Ives mentioned when we were all together,
He loves it.
back, was that the sentiment in America towards Chinese stocks is some of the worst of all time, right?
Yeah, it's so good.
But Dan Ives' point was that in Southeast Asia, the sentiment is somehow even worse because at least in America, we own Nvidia and Apple and Amazon, and Americans have just been winning and crushing it. Like we care less that China sucks, right? But in Southeast Asia, they're legally required to own, what is it, like in some countries, like half of their portfolio has to be like Chinese stocks, some communist bullshit like that. And so they're sitting there, watching Baidu, making new decade lows while watching all these Americans winning. So the frustration from the Southeast Asians is like, because they're actually in it while we're just annoyed by them and just move on to other things. They're actually still in it. And they got the FOMO of not being Americans. So it's actually worse there, which was just great color because it just, for me, that's just more fuel to the fire, right? The more they hate them, Americans or otherwise, the better it is.
They're incredibly underowned and by the most important players now too. And that's a new thing that's probably just happened over the course of the past 5-10 years, right, JC? Where let's talk about big money, smart money too. Just absolutely has fled from this theme. Emerging markets allocations have shifted dramatically in favor of India as money has flown out of China for 5 years now, steadily. So I think there's a lot of cash on the sidelines just waiting to go back.
We should talk about how Tencent just reported earnings.
Tencent is so good,
but then you get today, tomorrow. Right?
Okay.
What's that? Wednesday? Tomorrow morning, JD reports. We got Baba coming out. We got Baidu.
Yes.
They're all coming out together.
Mag 7 week.
Right.
It's Mag 7 week for China. Let's talk about Tencent. This is not Tencent Music now. This is
this JD. This JD hooking
JD.
higher a little there, Mr. Strazza.
The hook.
Risk reversal.
Yeah, the hook. So Tencent is the meta. And it's a very similar business. And we talked about last week how Meta's it blows my mind how good they are, right? The fundamentals there, the way that this company just continues to grow at such an immense size, just impressive.
Dude,
Tencent's got the same thing going on.
This JD hooking higher. Is it cute? Is it too cute, you think?
Look at his face when he pulls up the Chinese stocks. He sees the scoop and scores. He gets so excited.
Tencent Music, and honestly, I don't know that I would be as aggressive in Tencent Music if it wasn't for you, because you were literally pounding the table in Tencent Music. And not that it was like that complicated. It was the only Chinese stock breaking out, so it kind of stood out. But you nailed it. And that's the best trade I put on this year.
That's awesome.
Tencent.
Wow.
Is the Tencent Music. I think we're up like 450% or some crazy shit.
Okay. Can I just say, if I had to pick one, say, okay, this is the best business right now of all the Mag 7s. This is the most impressive, just fortress balance sheet, growing top line. Just
What is
like
a
Mag 7.
fortress balance sheet for us
It
who
just means
don't
they
look at
print
such things?
cash, JC. They got all the money in the world. They don't know what to do with it. They can return it to
Is
shareholders.
this
They
like a
can
new
invest it.
thing? Because that's
The
not the
Chinese
first time I
government
hear
could
that.
steal
Like,
it.
the cool
No,
kids
no,
calling
no.
them fortress balance sheets. Is that like a new thing, or is
No.
that
I
old
did not
school?
invent that. Cash cow, not mine either. I love cows, though. I think they're the best animal. So
Cows are the best. They're the most delicious animal.
I love to eat. So 10-cent entertainment is the best of the Mag 7s. It's just the highest quality. Best
One more
in
thing.
breed, absolutely incredible.
TME only 30 billion market cap, while Spotify is 120, something like that, right?
Well, there are serious market saturation concerns, growth concerns with Baidu's got the search engine overhang on it, right? Tencent is just out here doing it, just crushing it. Like, this is the one to own right now. There are no problems. There's nothing you can be but bullish when it comes to Tencent. What is that shit-eating grin on your
I'm
face?
just laughing at Rachel. Rachel's catching up.
Okay.
Shout out to Rachel. What's up, Rachel?
Yeah.
Let's go. Bring on Kenny. Let's go.
All right.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my clock, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Hold up. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Kenny Glick in the house, sir.
Oh,
Hey,
bull market shirt.
yeah,
Dude, Kenny's been rocking bull market shirts like every day this week.
yeah. I'm getting scared now. Scared.
Tell me what you're scared about.
Are we gonna have one down day for the is seasonality now going to be canceled too? So selling in May and going
Dude,
away
they
was
canceled seasonality. Can you believe that
Seasonality's gonna
shit? They
be-
got rid of what's the late night guy? The guy that was losing all that money for the network. What's his name?
Stephen Colbert. What does
Bro,
that have to
how
do
do
with?
How does a late night talk show lose as much money as that guy did?
Oh, honestly, no. The late night talk shows are kind of succubuses. They're really expensive to make.
Apparently, they're spending $100 million to make that shit, and they're only bringing in like 40. Like, that's a shitty business.
They're really expensive.
TV doesn't.
Yeah.
Nobody watches
Damn.
TV anymore.
Everybody watches YouTube. So
It used to be something special. You'd stay up late, watch Johnny Carson. The comedians, the bands. That's a day's gone. Day's over.
Mr. Glick, we got the Dow up 150 points this morning. We got the NASDAQ composite making new all-time highs. Kenny Glick, you look like a young man, but you're OG, you're old school. Are you one to look at the NASDAQ composite ever?
I'm all about the QQQ, baby.
Got it.
But more importantly, I'm about this streak that we're on. 1,062 in a row. It's a real number, my friends. I've been tracking this I've been doing the same trade since 2012. And
this is the earnings reversal?
The earnings reversal trade. So basically 3 years now, we haven't had one loss. It's a very specific setup. And when it shows up, it works. So far, we got 3 more today. But more importantly, did you catch the one from yesterday? I was only on briefly with you guys for a second. I screamed USAR. And the stock went from 1585 to 1968. And we're still in it. Take a look at that chart, my friends. I'll show it to you, but I'll show you. Let me quickly show you what we're doing right now.
This is a SPAC. This is a SPAC, Spencer. So close your eyes.
Yeah.
Spencer thinks SPACs are like pornography or something.
Earmuffs.
Like you can't see them.
Earmuffs, everyone.
Oh, I got a SPAC for you guys. I want you actually to take a look at something. It's a bulletin board stock. Please don't yell at me, but I'll show you that one in a second. But this trade, what you're looking at right now,
Tencent that just reported earnings today is a bulletin board stock, technically.
Which one?
No one called bulletin boards for 20 years.
No one calls the bulletin board. What do they call it? Pink sheets?
Pink sheets, bulletin boards.
What do they call them, Spencer? School us.
Over the counter, OTC.
Over the counter.
Well, all I know is
a
when
nice way to
there's
call
two
them.
market makers on a stock and it has 300 shares traded.
Yeah, that's why they call it high yield, because junk bonds was too offensive to the sensitive folks.
Yeah, but it's an interesting company, but I'll talk more about it on Thursday at the Schmooze, guys. Make sure you're there. But here's the chart. And by the way, the trade just ended. Sorry. We're looking at Kava. And again, it's not going to be the next Chipotle. I was telling everybody who would listen to short this thing. My kid goes there. She loves it. My wife loves it. But nothing will ever be the next Chipotle. Stock went from 30 to 180. and it's probably going back to $30, but that doesn't matter to us today. The earnings report came out, the stock's getting smoked, and the first VWAP break of the day. So your fake out, shake out happened over here, faux show, and then the VWAP break. So we're just buying the stock here at 64.20, rips to 65.50, and we get paid. And that's what day trading is all about, getting paid on a high quality setup that lately hasn't failed us once. And, you know, our old friend Rigatoni, same scenario, missed the bigger move this morning because I was sleeping. But then I got a little faux show bro action right here. VWAP break. We're buying the VWAP break. And a little payday right there, you know. Want to talk about old school? How about 15 7/8 to 16?
Nice, nice.
Old school.
Let me just tell you, think about Kava making new 52-week lows. Think about how shitty of a stock you need to be making new 52-week lows in this tape. Like how bad that's how not the next Chipotle that company is.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it did have a monstrous run, but yeah, I'm with you. If your stock's not rallying in this market, your stock's a dick.
Dude,
basically.
You're making new 52-week lows in this tape. You suck.
Well,
yeah.
It's not just Kava here. There's a theme. You look at Chipotle, look at Starbucks, look at Shake Shack, look at basically any restaurant stock. Look at Domino's. Look at Wendy's.
Domino's was an AI stock.
Look at Wendy's. Wendy's is a joke right now. Right?
Yeah, money's got to come out of somewhere.
Always been.
Money's got to come out of somewhere to buy USAR, right? Got to come out of somewhere. But yeah, this market's unbelievable. But yesterday was another victim, you know, and I am like the victim for everybody. So if you want to debate whether or not shorting is working or not, trust me, it's not. I try every day, right? And yesterday we actually got paid on a short, but then it continues just to become the fake out, shake out, breakout. So not only do you have to cover your short rather quickly, because shorting is short-lived and you're going to die, you got to get long. And look at these trades. And, you know, we've been talking about the Qs going to 600 by August 18th for the last, you know, couple of months. The idea of having to buy the option a week or two in advance, you don't, because these daily options are the gift that keeps on giving. Instead of speculating whether the market's going to go up the next day, just wait for it to give you that opportunity to buy it lower and then join in on the rally. Now, again, today we're gapped up a little bit, but if it pulls back and creates the faux show bro, you buy those daily options for, you know, 50-cent dollar, and they rally into the close, and you're doubling and tripling your money almost on a daily basis. But go back to this USAR trade, my friends. This is a stock that is about to break all-time highs in a market where when your stock breaks all-time highs, that's when it goes 10x. So I know this.
And then what is it? It's one of these AI energy infrastructure situations?
Well, I tell you something. The reason I got involved in the name is the name itself, USA Rare Earth. And MP was ripping, so I just started Googling rare earth stocks, and I was like, USA Rare Earths? I'm in. And that was it. That's the premise, and that's 2025. You give me a cool name of a stock, I'm in. Name a stock, blowjob doctor, I'm in. Give me some, it doesn't even matter anymore. As long as there's momentum and you have an idea of what, you know, market mechanics is all about. And again, if you see this, look at this chart. Look at what this has done. This is your lifetime of the trade. SPAC 20 crashed. This thing's been pumped and dumped 5 different times, and it's coming back. So if it breaks over 20, my target's got to be 400. So, you know, how do you not buy this thing when it breaks 20? So yesterday was an amazing day. We're still in it from yesterday. Just waiting to see if it breaks 20. And I'm not selling this thing unless it breaks back below 1750, which was like yesterday's pivot point. But, you know, again, I really don't want to be a swing trader. I want to short something and make money.
give me one more, Kenny.
I'm gonna keep watching. You know, what was the other one we got? Well, we got a little momentum stock, but big on the USAR. Watching the Kava. There was one more I really wanted to watch. Hang on, wait for it. It was I had it. Where'd it go? eToro, talking about stocks that don't go up.
Earnings
this
today.
This one had earnings yesterday. It got smoked, but it hit a big fat $50 mark. This thing breaks 50, it's going to 0. All right. So
dude, this is another piece of shit
garbage.
That's making new all-time lows in a market that only goes up. Like, you got to really suck to be
Yes.
making lows. Like
Yes. So if it breaks 50, I'm going to go get a borrow on this thing and short it because it's probably going to $30. But if it holds 50 for a couple of days, then you'll get some short covering. But I got this one on the mind. I got this
man, what
one
a
on the
hot
thing.
piece of garbage this thing is, man.
Yeah, terrible, terrible. But some terrible stocks have been fun to trade. On the flip side, the bull stock, even though it's kind of stinky if you own it, this is one of the best trading stocks out there. Every day there's activity, and you're getting faux show bros, lots of activity in bull. Love the bull. But RGTI is the other name you want to really watch. Okay, they got the earnings are out.
That's
And
the
it's just kinda
rigatons.
Yeah, we kind of chopping around. Had one decent trade on it so far. Just waiting to see if I can get another chance at it and look for some $15.50 or $16 calls.
All right, there is too many opportunities right now. We got to let Kenny run. His room is bumping. Hitthebid.com. If you join now, if you join before Saturday, you'll get access to his next Saturday class, which is this week. This Saturday is going live for a couple hours to kind of talk about the earnings reversal at length without the distraction of open trades. So that's Saturday. Hitthebid.com. Get access today. Get the room. Get the Saturday class. Trust me, there's new trades every day. You will not regret that. Kenny, as always.
Kenny Glick in the house.
All right,
keep up good work, Kenny.
Later.
Kenny Glick finding the stocks that are moving the most every single day. Hit the bid. Go ahead and check it out.
I love how Kenny always buys stocks he hates and sells stocks he likes. I love it.
That's also true. Long Dicks.
Was that on his list today? I didn't see that.
No, it's on my list. Long Dicks continues to be better than Short Dicks. If you want to throw up slide 2.
Yeah, look at the DKS. Okay, that's
throw it up.
What's going on?
Long Dicks.
What happened there? Was there a
Yeah? How about today's IPO, guys?
Dude,
yeah,
I got
bullish.
A text message from Jay Woods this morning.
I'm bullish.
Dude, I got a text message from Jay Woods this morning. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Wait, hold
with
on.
a picture of the New York Stock Exchange at night.
That's cool.
That, and he says, top.
What's it say? Bullish?
It says bullish.
It says top. You see
Yeah.
what it says?
That's really
bullish.
cool.
That's fun.
That
That's
was
fun.
Jay Woods this morning at 7:37 a.m.
Yeah. This is a legit company. 4 or 5 billion market cap. It's crypto. And Tom Farley runs it. He's the former head of NYSE. So, and that's what's happened over the course of the past few years. Guys, if you're paying attention, you're seeing all of these big names and, known operators from traditional finance go to blockchain companies, stablecoin companies, crypto brokerages, platforms, wallets, whatever it may be. So you've seen a true integration between these two worlds, which was the only way that this could end up. Great to see. This is just another one. This guy, like you would recognize him, JC. He used to be on the shows all the time when you were doing them back in the day. Tom Farley.
What shows?
CNBC. He used to
His name is
co-host.
Chris Farley?
Yes.
No?
I guess his dad, Tom.
Tom Farley?
Yeah. Am I getting the name wrong? It's Tom Farley, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Farley. He's the CEO. Yeah. Anyway, but you see it all the time is the point that I'm making. These CEOs from banks, brokers.
I just don't know how people have so much time to be doing TV all day. Like, don't they work?
Just stop. Don't even start. Okay. You know the answer to that question. That is work for a lot of the people who are on the networks. Leave them alone. And you're friends with these people too. So what a real jerk, right, Spencer?
I don't know.
It's literally his friends.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, we got Riley in the house.
Are you long dicks, Strazza? You like this one? Is this in the IRA?
Dick's is one of those special retailers. I throw it in the same categories like a TJ Maxx. I think Dollar Tree used to be this way. I think they just belong in the long-term accounts. You go to Dick's and it's like a paradise of sports. It's just vast, massive. They got everything.
Awesome.
Like I turned to Rose, I said, "We're gonna have to come back. There's just not enough time."
They have a hell of a golf section though too, right? You like that?
Totally. They do everything there. They string your tennis rackets. Maybe you don't want to get it done there, but they really do one-stop shopping. So it's great. I can't imagine for dads. It's just got to be so good. right? You just go and get everything you need.
I got a little carried away sometimes. I showed up at my house when my daughter was like 1 with so much shit. Pink soccer balls, pink tennis rackets, all kinds of stuff. My wife thought it was crazy.
And the gear, I don't know what you guys think on this, but the gear, that whole game has changed. It's expensive. Like a pair of Nike sweatpants. I feel like we used to buy like Champion hoodies. They probably cost like $10. Like our parents weren't spending much money on athleisure clothes.
No. Athleisure wasn't a thing when we were kids, man.
Right? But like we were they were almost like pajamas, the athleisure clothes we were wearing. They weren't expensive.
Did they buy Sports Authority?
I don't know if they had to. I think they went out.
Yeah.
I think they just went out.
They disappeared on their own. They pulled a Kava.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, Nike sweatpants, guys, like $80.
I know.
Phil's funny. Perlman's funny.
Oh, I see you, Perlman. I see you, Perlman. Bring on Riley. I got some questions for Riley.
All right.
Jay, we've been friends for a long time. Make the call.
I mean, this is pretty professional, guys.
Nice show you got going here.
Riley.
What's going on?
Oh, just doing the thing. I have a question for you. Why do you look like you've been homeless for like a month? Why do you look like you're homeless? You look homeless.
I'm not homeless.
You look homeless. Roman, does he look homeless? He looks a little homeless.
It's summertime. It's summertime in the
tan.
market. I got a tan. I got like a beach shirt on. Yeah.
Riley, so I'm going with Leiden tomorrow and Perlman to go get our retina scanned at the Orb. Do you think that Riley is you think that Perlman says he's not going to get his retina scanned? Do you think Leiden's going to get his retina scanned?
I got money on Leiden.
You got money on Leiden. I saw Leiden was in the chat. Leiden, you still in here? Say what's up. Perlman says he's not going to do it. He does. Perlman does not want his retina on the block and chain.
I don't blame him. He also doesn't need to. Like, he's living his own simple life. Why does he?
I don't need to either.
Yeah, but you might.
Is my life not as simple?
No, you're more involved than he is. Autonomous driving, though. Let's talk about autonomous driving.
So you're going to go with a no with Perlman, a yes for Leiden, and a yes for JC.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Autonomous driving. Is that why Tesla's ripping?
That is why Tesla's ripping. Also, because Tesla stopped going down. I think that's the biggest thing that people aren't taking into account is Tesla and Elon were getting dragged through the mud for what? Couple weeks, couple months. He had a black eye at the White House. And next thing you know,
who punched him, you think? Who do you think punched him?
I'm not gonna guess. I would.
You think it was Mario Rubio?
I don't even know who any of these people are.
Who's Mario Rubio?
I don't know. Isn't he like the Secretary of State or some shit?
No, it was the old guy. It was definitely the crazy old guy, the trade war guy.
How great would it have been if it was actually Trump?
Dude,
that's kind of what I would.
Russian spy in the cabinet. Did you hear that?
No, I don't pay attention to that. But Tesla stopped going down despite all of this negative news. Elon with the black eye, all this stuff. Stock held 300, and we've been talking about the Magnificent Seven. This is one of those names, I think.
And then after all that, they brought him back and gave him a fucking raise.
Yeah.
Right?
What else do you want?
Well,
yeah, Steve, what else do you want?
Create more shareholder value faster than any CEO in world history.
Okay, so let's throw up that monthly chart.
He destroys it faster too.
How about that? Do we really think that's going to go down in a world of autonomous driving, flying cars?
It's a hell of a chart, Riley. Even Strazza, haters McGee over here.
No, I don't like it.
Can't say anything about that chart. That's one hell of a chart.
I'll tell you something about this chart. I don't know what the hell kind of line we got drawn under the price here. I don't know what that is.
I'm with Strazza. I don't know what that line is, but I like it though. I like it.
It's the
right? I don't know what's going on there, but I'm not mad about it.
Provocative.
It's provocative. They love it.
How does one draw such a line?
Gets the people going, all right?
Where does one? I don't even know how to do that. As many charts as I put together in my life, I couldn't tell you how that's done.
I'll show you how.
What's up with these incomplete monthly candles, Riley?
Hold on. I'm just not. Here's the thing. You know where I'm at with Tesla. I can never get as excited as you for a stock like Tesla for the simple fact that Tesla now is, as of today, a $1.1 trillion market capitalization. I think the easy
What does that have
money-
to do with it?
I mean, what it has to do with it is that trees don't grow to the sky. There's a price for everything, and at
Trees
a
don't
certain
grow
point,
to the sky.
yeah,
I'm
most
pretty
of
sure
the
they do.
upside-
Don't they?
Are you investing in ESG again, fucker?
No, but at a certain point, if a company is worth $1 trillion, you got to ask yourself, okay, maybe I get a 10x out of this, but I'm making the bet that this is the biggest company in the world at $10 trillion. You have to think that way.
I think so.
I think it could be. Why couldn't? I mean,
I'd
I
be
think you can
surprised
make
if
the
it
case
wasn't.
that
Let
it
me
is.
finish my point because you're wrong. All I'm saying is that there's more upside potential in something like eHang or XPEV than Tesla at 1 trillion. How about one of these spicy Chinese maybe EV makers that could go 5x overnight? Like,
Are
I'm
they?
more
I
interested
have a
in
question
those
though. Do they
in
have
this
a
environment, no?
permit to operate robo taxis in the state of Texas?
That's where I think you're missing it. You're getting way too caught up in the weeds and the details. These companies, we don't even know if they're real, Riley. Forget whatever permits you're talking about. In fact, you probably want the frauds. We were talking about this the other day. You
No,
probably
you do.
want the fraudulent
Yes.
eVTOL company.
But I
The
also
more- the
want to
more-
live in a
The
world
more
where I don't.
Chinese fraud, the better. I hope they're all.
I want
lying
to
about
live in
what
a
they're doing.
world
The better it
where I
is.
don't have to own a car and I can get wherever I want to go and just call up a Tesla to come pick me up. That's the world I want to live in. So that's why I'm investing in this versus
This
I
it's
don't
not
want to
about
live in
what
a
you want. The market
fraudulent
doesn't
system.
care. The market doesn't care what kind of
Hold on,
flying
Riley.
cars you
Is this
want.
in my head? This is what it's going to be, right? So, like, I gotta go when I gotta go to the city. I schedule an Uber, and it takes me to the city. Whenever I'm done, I get an Uber, and it brings me home, right?
I want a helicopter Uber.
So, is it going to be now? My car is going to take me to the city. Then, while I'm doing city things, it's like picking people up and driving them around and collecting cash for me.
I
And
don't
then when
want
I'm
it
ready,
to.
it picks me up and brings me home, and then
If you
stays
want
in
it
my
to.
driveway.
Yep.
First
That's
of
how
all,
that's going to work.
It's the Airbnb model for automobiles.
that's some broke people shit. I don't want my car driving around picking people up while I'm.
Yeah, I'm with Strazza.
I don't
That's
want
some
anybody
broke
sitting
people
in my
shit. I'm not
seats.
trying to do that either. I'm with Strazza. I'm with you, bro.
I
I'm just saying,
I would
think-
I would
could
just
do that.
encourage you guys to come out west and realize how difficult it is to like actually live in the western part of the United States if you don't have a
That's
vehicle.
why he's homeless.
So I'm just like I'm thinking bigger picture in terms of it's going to change everything. You're going to be able to go. I mean, you don't need to own a car.
And why is it so difficult to live on the West Coast without a vehicle?
Not necessarily the West Coast. Like, I mean, in the Rockies and stuff where I live, you need a reliable vehicle.
Well, yeah,
Everything's spread out. There's no public transit.
that's true for
We don't
most of
have
America.
Trains.
I think it's true for most of America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most
There
of
are
America for
deserts.
sure.
Yeah.
There are
But
kangaroos.
there's just no.
They don't have kangaroos in Colorado, bro.
Some do. Some do.
Riley, what
love
was the
you,
deal,
Steve.
what was the deal with this thing yesterday about Google Chrome and Perplexity? What was that about?
I don't even
Oh,
know
I
if
like
that's
this.
real.
Hold on. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So Perplexity put in a bid to buy Google Chrome,
Okay.
which they already have a browser. Why can't they just go make like a Gmail alternative, the Google Drive Work Suite alternative, and infuse it into Perplexity? I don't know if you guys have used Perplexity Comment yet, but like that's my default browser.
Who owns
Um,
this? Who owns Perplexity?
Perplexity.
I mean, it's
thought.
private.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really important. Who owns these companies is so important.
Have you found out who is backing this deal? Because Perplexity doesn't have the 36 billion in cash on hand.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my point. Exactly. And then I heard another funny business story, Riley. I don't know if you heard this, that Perplexity was mulling over the idea of selling themselves to the US government
Oh,
for
yes.
$1.
For $1. I saw that. Yep.
Nothing's free, guys. Nothing costs just $1. You know what I'm saying? So that would be really, really interesting. And I would imagine there's got to be regulation coming that kind of governs how governments have to operate in this new world. In other words, do you want the government owning the AI company? I don't know.
No, absolutely
think so.
not. Get me out of here.
So yeah, but they're gonna own AI stuff. They're gonna have AI software and capabilities, right? But should they run the ones or even touch the ones that the people are using every day? Probably not.
Absolutely not. Free markets, man. Come on. This is like basic stuff, right? Like let the market determine who's the winner is.
It gives you fascinating insight, though, to the way that these masters of the universe type operators think, right? Like these guys are more than just trying to take over the world. They're doing deals with governments, the companies of tomorrow. So it's cool. It's really interesting. We'll see kind of how this all unfolds. But I found that headline very, very interesting.
It is very interesting. All right, Strazza, you like a little bit of the juice, and I know you're like in China. So are you betting on this this pony AI? Where are you at with this?
I'll tell you, I'm not currently betting. I have traded this one. I was in this one earlier this year. I'm not in it right now. I could see what you see here. I do like it, and I'll tell you who's in it. Who's riding the pony? Toyota. Did I have that right? Toyota. Yeah. Toyota. Hey, you drop a VWAP on this. You see that? You drop a VWAP from the May high here. A lot to like in the pony AI. But Toyota's like all in on this, and they have quite a fascinating talk to Alfonso. Share that post with Riley, Alfonso. This is right up your alley. We did a deep dive into their equity portfolio, Toyota's, and they own a bunch of interesting stuff.
Dude, they got their hands in a lot of interesting things, right? They got the Joby.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to get that second tranche too, because that Joby deal was a 2-tranche deal. So they got the first tranche. Joby got the first tranche. They'll probably get the second tranche. But this pony, I think, is super interesting. I don't know if you caught it. It was maybe a month ago. Travis, the founder of Uber, was on the All In podcast.
I'm a big fan of him.
Dude, he's great. He understands
he gets
transportation like nobody else.
And he's doing new things. He's
doing a lot of new things with ghost kitchens, which is really fascinating. But he like kind of tiptoed around the topic of whether or not he's working with Pony AI. And Pony AI has some interesting deals with Uber. You know, they're getting set up in the Middle East and stuff. So it's an interesting story. I really like backing founders who have proven success and kind of continue to wade into the industry that they built. Like, I think within the athleisure trend you guys were talking about, obviously Lululemon, Chip Wilson, he went over to Amer Sports and is helping them out. It's not a coincidence in my mind. The stock's crushing it. The pony's an interesting use case.
Riley, it's a great point though. You know, when you're dabbling in spaces like you are, where these are they're new industries, it's hard to do much in terms of fundamental analysis. You do have certain cheat codes. And one of them, like you said, is follow the operators, right? Follow the guys who know what they're doing and invest in the same companies that they are, right? That's easy. But also follow the money, right? Follow whatever, you know, the old industry leader, somebody like Toyota, they're worried about getting disrupted by these new companies. So they're hedging. They're investing like crazy in these new businesses. Pay attention to what they are doing too. So you have a couple cheat codes like that. Follow the operators, follow the money, right? What are the other big businesses investing in? And there are deals nonstop in this mobility industry. Dude, Uber doing something with somebody, Pony doing something with somebody. We had the Joby last week, the Archer. There's so much movement here. Really exciting space.
It's a super exciting space. And I think the thing that gets me the most excited about transportation as a whole, Steve, is you could make the case for 70 years, especially in the aviation industry. We have stagnated innovation in aviation for 70 years in the United States. We're starting to see flying cars come out. We're starting to see autonomous mobility. Like, we don't even know what this is going to unlock. This is just the tip of the iceberg, right? Like, what happened when we had automobiles roll out instead of horse and buggies? Like, that completely changed everything about society. Like, we can't really put a finger on it.
Yeah. There are going to be some real winners from this, and a lot of them probably don't even exist here today. So,
yeah, it's super fun.
Yep. Thank you, Riley. Always a pleasure chatting with you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hump They
Wait, hold on. I don't want to leave you just yet. First off, I want to put Riley's link it's in the description, but it's in the chat as well. Get Godspeed. It's Riley's free note. It goes out, what, 3, 4, 5 times a week at this point.
we touched
and
the Archer.
Riley's publishing his thoughts on the space constantly, whether it's the EVs or the AI or the crypto or whatever. So the link is in the chat and description. It's called Godspeed. It is free. Check it out. It's the first thing I want to say.
We touched the Archer
Thanks.
yesterday, Riley. I thought you would like that.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Second thing I want to say is we got Mary in the house, and I want to bring her out because we missed her last week, and we're bringing her out now. So let me make sure she's here. She is here. Oh, and she's wearing a great shirt too. Look at this.
Hey, whoa, it's really close. Good morning.
Look at that. Oh, wait, the camera is flipped. Let me fix it.
Oh,
Hold on.
sorry. No,
I got you.
got my flag on.
Wait. Flip. How do I flip the? Come on, flip the camera. There it is. All right, look at that. Eat, sleep, trade.
There we go.
I love it.
Yeah.
Mary, what are you watching this morning? What's on your mind?
Crypto's on my mind. Guys
see
started
that.
out the hour talking about the Solana and ETH, and of course I was in the camp of both. But I brought the Solana chart along because I got involved. I've been involved, but then I was adding to my position just last week actually. So when we started taking out that VWAP anchored from the previous high, that's where I had kind of my risk reward scenario set up. Trigger got, the alert got sent. And so I started adding to that position. And of course, I'm looking at this going back to former all-time highs and then beyond. So I'm excited about crypto and been really waiting for Bitcoin to be able to kind of break and hold this 120 for the next leg higher. And so one other chart that I brought along is the BMNR, which is the Bitmine immersion. I know this was in the news. I don't know,
This stock is in the news all the time.
I know, right? Because it's got all this interest. This chart in particular, this is going to be one of my shorter term. I'm looking short term on this. So this is a 65-minute chart because there's not a lot of price history on this one, and so it's got a kind of this nice little consolidation here over the last day or two. And so I'm looking for price to be breaking out, really, let's say we're above 68. And, if we get kind of above that consolidation area, I'm going to be going long in the BMNR for the Bitcoin play. And I think they're involved in ETH too. Did I read that correctly somewhere? I don't know what the news is. I just like the chart and the fact that we've got a nice little flag coil that's developed here. And if it's got news behind it, that means it's got a lot of participation in it too. So I'm
with you so far. These next two give me some anxiety. I'm not going to lie. And anytime I see a chart of a biotech, I get sweaty palms because you never know what's going to happen.
It's true.
With these things.
It's true, but it's kind of what we've been talking about for the last several weeks, and that is, what kind of market environment are we in? And so it has felt very risk on, and as such, I've been looking further out the risks, down the risk spectrum. And so I've been looking at biotechs. The first one that I brought along is adaptive biotechnology. And the thing with biotechs, yes, there's of course the overnight risk of news coming out, trial going bad, and it's down 20, 30, 40% overnight. That is a risk. So obviously position size accordingly. Know exactly where you're going to be wrong. And a chart like adaptive is you're going to know exactly where you're wrong. And for me, it's this polarity or this resistance area. Let me pull up my chart here so I can get the price where that is. Roughly around 11.50, 12 over the last several months. This has been an area of resistance. And what I love about being able to define your risk, I've got a VWAP anchored from the highs that comes in right at that same level. So right now we are trading above that 11.50, which is where the VWAP comes in. And so, I like this to the long side because In bull markets, it was funny yesterday on Spaces. Someone was talking about squirrels with everyone getting their nut. Anyway, it feels like even biotechs are going to have their day in the sun. And did you see IWM yesterday? I mean, small caps made a move yesterday, and so this is where my mind has been. So adaptive, I like it above 1150. Another one that I brought along, I know nothing about these companies, so if you want to do your own due diligence,
Dear Lord,
do your
Oh,
own due diligence.
God bless whoever can trade these. It's not.
What is this?
This is
I
not
don't know.
for me.
I don't know what
Holy
this
crap.
is. But Amylyx Pharmaceuticals, okay, again, know where you can define your risk. And so we've got a great polarity zone right here at 750. So this, IPO'd, it came down and then it ran, and then obviously it had bad news. And that's exactly what we're talking about. Position size accordingly, because you can have those bad news events and they can wipe a lot of capital out. But here in the last couple of months, we came back up and tested that polarity zone, sold off, and now we're trading above it. And so I think as long as you're above 750, you have a more opportunity to the upside than not. But if, we start trading below 750, all bets are off and it's not ready to go. And that's okay. Because, we mentioned seasonality earlier in the show. That is very much front of mind for me right now. We are in the doldrums of August, moving into September.
I mean, allegedly, Mary.
Allegedly.
I mean, I haven't seen any doldrums of you.
Well, it just takes one Trump tweet, right? These days.
I guess. I don't know. He tweets a lot. Market doesn't seem to care. So
at any rate, I do recognize the seasonality is kind of a headwind, just from the historical perspective of August and September can be kind of tricky, and just know what you're trading. Obviously, I know with the pharmaceuticals and the biotechs, it's risky, but I've been in Viking Therapeutics for several weeks, and that has been paying off very nicely. The Bridge Biopharma has a really great zone that you can look at there too. I didn't bring that chart along that we're now trading above. So there's opportunity if you know where to look. XBI overall is still just a hot mess, but underneath the surface, there's some strength. And it's a pond that I've been fishing in just because I've taken a couple of trades in the biotechs. They've worked, and eventually every squirrel gets his nut.
All right. Well,
Mary, I have a quick question for you if I can.
Sure, of course.
So they're pricing in what, like a 90% chance at a rate cut in September.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, rate cuts are super strong for these biotechs that just, they spend crazy amounts of money. Given that it's such a high probability coming in September, do you just kind of assume we're already in a rate cutting environment because it's like we know, maybe we don't know for certain, but like that's probably going to be the next domino to fall, is like we're probably not going to get a rate hike.
Right.
So
so that's
we
certainly
just live in this rate cut environment regime. I mean, it might be a little premature, but like we can't necessarily wait until the news comes out to be pressing the gas.
Right. And I mean, that's kind of also where my mind has been. Steve has talked about it several times. If we get those rate cuts, then we need to look at the rate sensitive groups like biotechs and regional banks. And so that's kind of why I've started down this rabbit hole. And as I've started down that rabbit hole, it's been finding some really great setups with great risk reward opportunities where you define risk, where you can get in and know where you can get out and not have a lot of risk involved. Course, unless you get that weird event overnight. But I think if we do get the rate cuts, then biotechs certainly stand a really great chance to benefit from that. So it's one of the reasons I'm there looking at. They certainly
look great.
There are definitely some dogs, obviously, but yeah, there are some interesting charts setting up, and that's why I just wanted to bring them to people's attention. I'm not in all of these; they're just ones that I'm watching, and see how the week plays out.
We appreciate that, Mary.
My pleasure.
Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here, guys. I do want to remind everyone that on the channel, 2:00 Eastern time today, Strazza is going live to talk about his big trade in Ethereum calls. I'll drop the link in the chat one more time. It is again going to be on our site and on YouTube. Riley is doing his thing. Godspeed weekly live stream at 5 Eastern, right, Riley?
Yes,
That's
sir.
correct?
We might
All
have
right.
Brett Conrad in the house too.
Oh, I love Brett.
Gonna be a fun one. Then Glick going live on the channel at noon. Sean McLaughlin doing his latest options masterclass at 3 o'clock. And then Hot Corner members will get your weekly video with Alfonso as well today. That's what we got. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with Jeff. No, wait, not Jeff. Jason Krutsky on the show tomorrow. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
More
Tomorrow
crypto.
we're getting really memey on tomorrow's show. We're going to talk shit coins, meme coins, fart coin, all that stuff. Fart coin is like a blue chip of the shit coins. But
Don't forget about the green dildo and the
we're going to get real
Oh my
junky on
gosh.
tomorrow's show. It's going to be interesting. So that's what we got. Thank you for watching. Go make some money and YOLO responsibly. All right.
Good to see you, Riley.
Good to see you, Mary.
Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground.